Hey everyone, welcome to Amy Ulmer Yoga. I will be honest, I did not feel like filming today, but what I love about yoga is you can be in your sweatpants, you don't have to have shoes on, and no matter how I'm feeling, I can usually manage a little yoga and feel way better after. So that's what this video is about, to just move our bodies, to open the hips and feel a little better. So we'll just start sitting up nice and tall. Cross about in the middle of your shins, flex your feet under your knees. And if you have trouble with that, you could always just extend your legs or sit up on a blanket or roll up the back of your mat so you can sit up nice and tall. And you may be folding forward only a little bit, or you may start to crawl your hands forward if you can keep your back nice and long. It's okay if it rounds a little bit as you start to crawl your hands forward. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Just take a deep breath in and out. And then another nice deep breath in and out. Then gently start to sit back up, and we'll switch the cross of your shins. Or if your legs are extended, you'll just fold one more time as you exhale. Big breath in and out. Let the chin drop. One more big breath. And gently start to come back up. All right, so we'll bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. I'm actually going to turn this way now. Soles of feet together, knees wide. Sitting up nice and tall for now, not folding just yet. So you can either take your hands behind you or hang on to your shins. And then rock back and see if you can find boat pose. So bring your knees together, shins parallel to the floor. Keep the chest lifted. You can either keep hanging on to the thighs or reach your hands forward. And then soles of the feet together, knees wide. This time you can rock a little bit forward. And then we'll take the legs wide to a straddle, and we'll just stay pretty much upright, maybe rock a little bit forward. And then we'll come back, soles of the feet together, knees wide. And then we'll rock back into boat. Nice. Chest stays lifted. Then soles of the feet together, knees wide, rock forward, rock back and take your legs wide and rock forward, nice and soothing. And then soles of the feet together, knees wide, rock forward, rock back into boat pose. You can either hang on to the thighs or reach the hands forward. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, fold. Rock back and take your legs to a straddle. Maybe you rock forward just a little more. And then soles of the feet together, knees wide, rock forward. One more time, we rock back into boat. And then cross at your shins. See if you can roll forward or just make your way to all fours, however you want to get there. And I don't know why, but I'm used to being oriented this way, so I'm turning around this way, and then we'll walk the hands a little forward of your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up and back to down dog. Bend your knees and notice if your butt is tucked under. If you need to see what I'm talking about, I'm tucking my butt right now. And if your butt is tucked under, walk your feet back a little bit. Untuck your butt under if you can. If you need to bend your knees a lot, you can bend your knees a lot. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Just come into a forward fold at the back of the mat. You can bend your knees. You can take hold of opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. And then bend your knees, hands to your hips, long flat back. Slowly come on up to stand with a long flat back. And then you can take a little walking meditation to the top of your mat. Take your feet just a stable distance apart where you feel steady. Lift and spread your toes. Then place them back down on the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up. Take the gaze up. Maybe the palms come together to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fingers to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back to a lunge, lower the knee. I forgot to say you could have blocks if you want to put your hands on the blocks. If you need to, you can fold up the mat just to give your back knee a little more cushion. And then we'll make our way to down dog. So you can release that, set the blocks to the side, step back, down dog. Then go ahead and bring your knees down. Step your left foot forward. Again, you can have your hands on the blocks or on the floor. You can reach them up. Exhale, the hands down. This time we'll step that back foot forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, press through the feet. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, fingers to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, gently lower the knee. Take your time to pad it up if you need to. You can keep your hands on blocks or inhale, reach them up, press into your feet. Exhale, the hands down, step back, down dog. Stretch the hips up and back. Firm your forearms in towards each other at the same time your upper arm bones turn out, if that makes sense. Don't worry if it doesn't. Lower your knees down. We'll step your right foot forward and inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale the hands down. This time we step the back foot forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, step your left foot back, gently lower the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands down, tuck the back toes, step to down dog. Bring your knees down, step your left foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, the hands down to blocks or the floor. We're going to step that back foot forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, press through the feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down, go to down dog. Take your time. Big breath in and out. And then lower your knees. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, the hands down. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now just step out wide with your left foot. So we're coming into warrior two. Right toes forward, outer edge of your left foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. We'll bend into the right knee. Reach your arms out to a T. And press your inner right knee towards your outer right knee. Keep that back leg nice and strong. And then suction the head of the right femur bone back into the hip socket. And then maybe come in a little deeper. Now straighten this right leg. Shift your hips back, reach as far forward as you can. Then take your right hand to a block, shin, foot, or floor to the outside of your right foot. Reach your left arm straight up out of your shoulder for triangle pose. Nice. Really lengthen the ribs. Make sure they don't bow up towards the ceiling. Nice. Now we're going to let that top arm pull you back up. Turn both your right toes forward. All your right toes forward. Hands to your hips. Inhale. Lift your chest and exhale. Wide angle fold. So you can bring your hands down to blocks or the mat. No, you might not be able to see what my hands are doing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way. And really press down evenly through your feet if you can. Keep the legs straight. Those of us that are tight, tilt your sits bones up towards the ceiling. Those of us that are bendy and real flexible, you're going to draw your sits bones towards each other more. If you're less flexible, you're going to kind of flare your sit bones. And then bend your knees, hands to your hips, press through your feet, come all the way up. We turn to warrior two towards the back of the mat. So you turn your left toes to face your back wall or wherever you're practicing your back leg is strong and straight. And then at the same time you press your inner knee towards your outer knee, you suction your left hip back and in, and you see if you can go a little deeper and bring some weight into your left heel. And you keep your back arm as high as your front arm. And then straighten this leg. Shift hips back, reach as far as you can forward, and then left hand comes to block shin, foot, or floor. I'm getting my block. I'm taking it to the outside of my left foot, reaching the right arm straight up out of your shoulder. Same thing here, kind of suctioning your left head of your femur bone into the socket, pressing the feet down and away from each other. Noticing if your top ribs are flaring. I'm talking too much for a gentle beginner video. And then let that top arm carry you back up. Turn your left toes to face forward. We set up for that wide angle fold. Hands to hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Hands come down to blocks or the mat. If you can, keep your legs straight. So that's where the blocks come in handy. You'll get more out of the stretch. And then if you're tight, you tilt your tail up. You flare your sits bones. If you're more bendy, you firm them in. Probably if you're doing this video, you might need to be bending the knees if you're very tight, or if you can, tilting the tail up, legs straight. And then we'll inhale halfway. We'll bend the knees, hands to the hips, press through the feet, come up. We'll turn the right toes forward and carefully step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up. Exhale, swan dive down, fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, step your left foot back and lower the knee. Again, you might want blocks framing the front foot. You might want to pad up your back knee and scooch it back a little bit. Now, heel toe your right foot a little more over to the right. Toes can turn out a little bit. And then you're either pressing your hands down into blocks or the mat. At the same time, you soften in between your shoulder blades just so you're not rounding in that upper back, and you're pressing the right foot down and feeling the turnout of the leg. Nice. And then we're just going to draw the right foot back. We're going to step the left foot forward into that lizard pose. We didn't come into it the same way, but that's all right. You just turn the left toes out a little bit. You walk your right knee back a little bit. You may want to pat it up. You're pressing the left foot down, pressing the hands down, but softening in between your shoulder blades, melting there. And take one more breath. And then we'll just gently draw that, come back to the all fours. Walk the hands a little forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. If down dog is hard, child's pose, puppy pose. All right, then we're gonna come to pigeon pose. The right knee comes towards the right wrist. You scooch your left knee back. Now your right knee is angled towards the right corner of the mat. You inhale and gently Lift the chest, and as you exhale, you can come down onto your forearms if that works for you. You could always stay in that pigeon prep. And then you could even rest your forehead on a block. You could stack your fists. Or if you're more flexible, the head can come down to the mat and you can reach your arms forward, or you can stack your hands. Just you do you. And take a big breath. Press your right shin down. Draw your right hip back. Sometimes that's a little more stabilizing. And then gently start to rise back into that pigeon prep. Make your way to down dog. You could always come to the all fours, then make your way to down dog. And I didn't mention if pigeon doesn't work for you, you could always do a figure four pose on your back. We'll take the left knee towards the left wrist, lay the shin down, scoot your right thigh back, keep the left knee angled towards the left with a long spine. Make your way into pigeon, either stacking fists or resting your head all the way down or on a block, just whatever's comfortable there. Or you might be doing figure four pose on your back. Press your left shin down, draw your left hip back. Take a deep breath. And this time, as you inhale and start to slowly come back up, we're just going to shift onto your left hip and bring your legs around in front and lie down on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Just a couple more poses. You could always rock a little bit side to side. Just feels like just what I needed. I'm glad I decided to do this video. That's usually how I feel after I do yoga. I'm glad I did it. Now the feet come down about hips distance, arms by your sides, palms down, broaden across your chest, press through your feet, lift your hips up into bridge. Nice, easy, gentle bridge. Just we've had a lot of flexion in the hips. So now we're just stretching that out and slowly come down. And then we'll hug the knees into the chest as you get there. And we'll take happy baby. So you may be hanging on to the backs of your thighs, flexing the feet, feeling your chest broad still and back long on the mat. Maybe you hang on to a part of your shin you can grab onto, or your ankles as you draw your knees down. If you've become a turtle shell now, like an upside down turtle, you may want to stay lower on the leg. Maybe you are able to hang on to the outer edges of your feet. And I started Happy Baby with a strap at Southern Star Yoga in Oxford, Mississippi. I remember I had to use a strap, and I still feel very tight in Happy Baby. So breathe through it if you can identify with that. And then release and hug your knees in. And let your knees go off to the left. You can take your arms out to a T and gaze over your right shoulder. And unwind, unravel. See if you can let go of tension. It's all right if your right shoulder doesn't go down to the mat. It's all right if you can't let your knees rest all the way down. You could even prop yourself up on a block. Just careful not to yank yourself. Just be kind. Gently come back to center, and we'll just switch over to the other side. So bring your knees in and then over to the right. If you need to, propping the knees up on a block, letting your arms go out to a T, spinning the belly gently up towards the ceiling, gazing over your left shoulder. And then gently come back to center. We'll bring soles of feet together, knees wide for Shavasana with the knees resting on the blocks, or you can not have the blocks, or you can stretch your legs out like traditional Shavasana. You can take a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly, or you can let your arms flop out to the sides. I like to have a hand on the heart or the belly and just reminds me to be kind to myself and have compassion. It's kind of soothing to me. And then just let your body be heavy on the mat. You can let your breath be easy. Let the muscles in the face be soft. Feel free to stay here as long as you would like. Or if you need to get on with your day, start to gently wiggle. And wherever you are, gently bring your knees into your chest. Either roll off to one side and use the strength of your arms to sit up, or you can gently rock and roll yourself up and make your way to a seat, keeping the eyes soft or closed, sitting up nice and tall, bringing the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope this video made you feel a little better. Namaste.